one of the days we started going over, we graded the chapter 2 assignment, and then I started going over it. We haven't handed it in yet, so I want to finish going over that, and then you guys will hand in that chapter 2 so I can put it in the grade book, okay? And then I'm going to give you chapter 3, which is really about the court system, okay? And I'll give you a couple days to work on that. And we'll go over that like Wednesday. Okay, so I'll give you some time to work on that today. And then I'm going to do a little bit more on the business model. I've got another PowerPoint I want to go over with you guys on that. And listen, on this business model thing, your businesses, we went to the library on Friday, so just so people could do some research, okay? And some people actually did some research, and some people played games on the computers, okay? So, look, this is your deal. Now, the sheet that I gave you, we are going to do this business plan. So this is a project, and we're going to take our time with it. There's no rush, but I have a PowerPoint over market analysis that I'll do with you tomorrow, and then like I said, Wednesday we'll go back over this, okay? And then I think I've got a little like a daily activity thing that I want to do on Thursday or Friday. So that Mrs. Peter, who she's been subbing in the library. You guys know Mrs. Peter? She's been subbing for Mrs. Dugan. She used to teach this class. So we talked. She gave me some stuff. I got a bunch of her old stuff over there. We don't really have the same style of teaching, but all right. So anyhow, chapter 2 homework. We had talked about Bill of Rights. Okay, and I went through the first 10 amendments with you guys. Okay, so you guys have a government test today? Did you already take it? Okay. Are you ready? Okay. All right, so we did. So let me get down to number 4 was division and allocation of powers of government between various branches, checks and balances. That's your basic, Congress passes the laws, the president can veto. That's a check and balance, right? Who gets to appoint the federal judges? The president. But the Senate has to approve those. Okay? So there's a bunch of checks and balances that you'll learn about in government. Number 5, government are systems wherein citizens elect representatives to decide issues. Okay? So we just talked about this in government class, right? You have what's called a direct democracy, and then you have representative democracy. Okay, this is on your test, right? Today. Okay, so a representative democracy is a republic. P. Okay, is a republic. Okay, or a representative democracy. Okay, so in a direct democracy, everyone votes on everything. Okay, which is stupid. Okay, because people are stupid, and you can't trust them to make good decisions for you because they're not educated. Follow me? Now you're becoming more educated by taking this class and learning some of this stuff, which makes you better at choosing representatives to make decisions for you, right? So you want to elect people that think like you do so that they can pay attention to all these issues and make decisions for you. That's the style of government we have in the United States. It's a republic or representative democracy. Good? Okay, number 6, commerce conducted wholly within one state is intrastate commerce, right? It's within the state. Now, guys, that's kind of hard to find. Something that is made, manufactured, sold within the state only. Okay? I mean, think about the lawn mowing business, right? Where was the lawnmower made? Was the lawnmower made in Kansas? What about the clippers you use to cut somebody's hair? Is that made in Kansas? It's the same thing going back to planting a garden in your backyard. If the seeds come from another state, then that's interstate. Okay, so very little commerce. There is commerce that takes place within a state, but it's rare. Okay, wholly within that state. Number 7, charter for common government for 13 colonies prior to the adoption of the Constitution. This is on your test today. The Articles of Confederation, right? Confederal government are you guys, Jewel, you're in history right now? You're in history right now? Okay. We did this last semester. Yeah. So all the power is at the state and local level. In a confederal system, the national government has very little power. Okay? Does that make sense? That's on your test today. Okay? I'm trying to help you out here. Okay? It's a good review. All right, so our first constitution was the Articles of Confederation. It didn't work for us. I mean, like, these people, they couldn't even tax. So how are you going to do it? The national government has to ask the states for money, beg the states for money, okay? And so it wasn't a strong enough government to keep a nation as large as we were together, okay? And so we went with a federal system, which is what we use today. Okay. Which the U.S. Constitution creates, which is number 8, document that provides a framework, the federal government consisting of 7 articles and 27 amendments. 7 articles here, and then 27 amendments. What's an amendment? Just a change. It's a change to the Constitution. So guys, in 200 years, 230 years, we've changed the Constitution 27 times. Take away the Bill of Rights, which are the first 10 amendments, we've changed it 17 times since 1791. Okay, which is pretty good. That means, like, the Constitution's solid.
Take away prohibition until
the 18th. The 18th and 21st, we're down to 15th. The 18th was a bad decision. Unless you're, against alcohol. All right. Number 9, concept of fundamental fairness and compliance with reasonable and just laws. Number 9 is due process of law. Okay, this is something we've kind of been talking about the whole time, right? So due process is once you have an initial contact with an officer of the government, like a cop, you have certain rights you are due. You have a process. Okay, it goes back to Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against court. You can't afford an attorney, want to be appointed. These are found in the Constitution, these rights. Okay? This due process that everybody is given. Okay? Even the worst amongst us are given due process. Okay? Even the Carr brothers, even BTK, even serial murderers, they get due process just like everybody else. Okay? First 10 amendments is the Bill of Rights. We went over that the other day. Laws intended to govern the use of computers. We did that. Cyber law. Well, no, we didn't do that. We did search engines, browsers. I went off on that for a while. So, yeah, guys, once we got the internet, we're still catching up. The Congress is still trying to catch up with all the changes because the internet's always changing, right? Like TikTok now, right? So what's the next thing? What's the next new thing? Well, we got to have laws, okay? Now, what about these internet companies like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram that are banning people? Like, the President of the United States. Should they be able to do that? Should they be able to ban people for what's called disinformation? Well, guys, a lot of the people that were banned over disinformation Well, now the information's changed, so they were banned over things that they were right about. Like the fact that those cloth masks you're wearing don't really work. If you can smell smoke in those masks, then the particles of virus are going to go through those masks as well. Yes? Okay. Now the N95, it gives you better protection. Okay. Now how long are you supposed to wear those masks? They're single-use masks. You understand? Like, use them one time and then you throw them away and you get another one. Okay. How many days have you been wearing that mask? You just got it? Okay. Just got it? Okay. Wearing that one a lot? Yeah. I used to wear gaiter the day, we used to have mask mandate here. I'd wash it every couple of days. It started to smell bad, Yeah. Okay, so cyber laws have to keep pace with technology, and that's always changing. You guys know for a long time, it's kind of awesome. When you bought something on the internet, you didn't pay any sales taxes. You know what I mean? So like, if the sales tax in Wichita, Kansas is different than the sales tax in Indianapolis, Indiana. You know what I mean? And so they didn't really have a way to keep track of sales taxes at the beginning of the internet. And so you buy stuff and you didn't pay sales tax. Okay, now Congress caught up with that. Now you pay sales tax when you use the internet, when you buy something on the internet. But I'd say for probably over 10 years, there were no sales tax. Okay, which is kind of nice. If you buy something expensive, like a car, or a TV or something like that, that adds up. Okay, 6%, 7%. Okay. Now you guys know, like the sales tax in the city of Wichita is higher than it is outside the city. Okay, every now and then they'll raise the sales tax, so that's how we paid for the. Arena downtown, was an increased sales tax in the city of Wichita. So like if you bought a car in the city of Wichita, or you go out to Cheney and buy one out at Luber's, you're going to save, say you buy a $40,000 car, even 1% difference on sales tax could save you hundreds of dollars by buying one at Luber's outside of the city. So you following that? Okay, so that can affect commerce within the city of Wichita, those different sales taxes. Now ours may in the city have gone back down. I think maybe we paid for that. We do this when like special projects. We just raise the sales tax for a few years to do these projects. Okay. All right. And number 10, change or modification to the Constitution is the amendment. There can be amendments for different things like laws. Doesn't have to be the Constitution. Okay. And then, and I think I went over. Did I go over what were the other two questions? What number do you have? 17. Susan, a manager at a local company, became romantic. Oh, we haven't gone over this, have we? Okay. Susan, a manager at a local company, became romantically involved with one of her subordinates at work. They sent love messages back and forth using the company's internet connection. The company regularly monitored its employees' on-the-job emails and had a policy against such personal involvements. As a consequence, Susan was fired. She brought suit for invasion of privacy. Will she win? Did anybody say yes? Let me tell you what the book said. book says Susan likely will not win the case because precedents in similar matters hold that employees have no true expectation of privacy and therefore no protectable right of privacy on a company's email system. Okay? Kind of like your lockers here. You're on private property. Yes? So if they want to search your locker, can they search your locker? Yes. What about at public schools? Can they search your lockers? Yes. Okay. Huh? At a public school? What about here? You sign an agreement? You waive your rights?
To search
I
it?
thought
Like to
you
search your
signed the
phone?
agreement for like the school technology.
Yeah.
Like, wait, are we asking to
But
search
if you're
your phone?
using the school's Wi-Fi,
Oh, yeah.
you have no privacy here. You have no protection here. You guys have heard about this. I mean, like if you do something off campus, that can affect you here, right?
Yeah.
Because of your parish agreement, right? They can hold you accountable at school. Yeah, you kind of, you waive those rights, okay? All right, and then the second question is what number? 19? 19. Draft a statute that would adequately protect internet users from unwanted spam. Okay, so with that, number 19, many students may choose to write an opt-in statute that requires the assent of the internet user before spam can be sent to them. This will likely be accompanied by penalties and means of enforcement that reflect the severity or lack thereof of how a student, of how strident the student's views are on the issue. Okay. Am I having like an old person thing going on right here? Like we already talked about this? Or,
Yeah, you're-
huh? Did I talk about this stuff? And I think I remember saying if it looked like they had a competent answer, was that with the last one?
That was with 17.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, like spam, you guys get spam, right, in your email? Right? Now, you can do the unfollow. You guys know how to do that? Okay, to unclog your email. Okay. And I realize like your generation is, I mean, kind of, well, just being young people, a lot of you don't use email as much as like your parents or I do. I mean, like email is like crazy, right? I have to stay on top of my email. Mrs. Harshberger sends emails all the time. And then you don't read them. And if you don't read them, you're like, and then you forget something, she's like, I sent an email. You know what I mean? And so when you guys get jobs, I mean, that's going to be one of your main sources of information for your workplace is email. Okay. So you've got to stay on top of that. And then if you can clean your stuff up, really, as far as spam goes, you don't really have any legal protections. Okay. It's kind of like direct mail. Like in your mail, what shows up in your mailbox as far as catalogs and coupons and other crap, people asking for money, right? You get on these lists, they just keep sending. Same thing with spam, okay? But you can block it on email, okay? You just got to go through the process. Usually it's not too difficult. If you go to the very bottom of the email, be a place where you can say unfollow or, terms of service, right? Then you can clean your crap up, all right? All right, so those of you that were here, we graded this already. So I need to put them in the book, and those that are not here, I'll grade them for you, okay? So if you guys have that with you, I got yours. I got Katie's. I don't need one, yeah, just two.
I know, good that one, dude.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about like that? Got one? Pass it up, you guys pass it up. Thanks. How do you guys feel about like a quiz? Or a test?
I mean, will it be easy?
Yeah, I mean, just be like vocab words.
Open no?
Yeah, okay, I'll do like a review sheet for you. I haven't written anything up, but we'll do the first 3 chapters together, okay? And I'll make it easy, okay? You may have to look some things over, and I'll review with you over it and stuff like that. So don't panic, okay? It's not gonna be super hard, but just, I don't know, I have to get it. I feel like I have to do it, okay? Okay, so, guys, when we look at, chapter 3 here, court systems, okay? There's 3 sections here, forms to dispute resolution, federal court system, and state court system, okay? I've got up here what this, chapter's homework is, okay? And you guys have time to work on that the rest of the hour today, okay? And I'll probably have a little bit of time for you tomorrow. We'll make this due Wednesday, okay? And I'll put it on Canvas. Okay? And then we'll do the same thing. We'll grade it in class and then talk about it, okay? Sound like a plan?